What's up, everybody? It's Jaden. I just got done with the Zach Sang show, and we talked about the album, which is out. Tell Me About Tomorrow. I hope you guys are loving it. We talked about my tattoos. We talked about what I like and why I suck so much. So check it out. Thank you. I love you guys.
Let's do this. Zach Sang Show.
Hello, beautiful human. My name is Zach. That is Dan.
Hello.
Dan and Zach, I am Jaden.
Hello.
Hey, Jaden.
Who is your roommate, and why would they be ecstatic that we just
Sheeshed.
injected sheesh into our veins?
I have two roommates, Cooper Noriega and Q, who is like another artist that used to do social media. And Cooper is like a walking meme, dude. Like I can't explain it. Like there's people that like to, talk about memes a lot, but he like everything he does is so just, I don't even know what to say.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing to be a walking meme?
I mean, it's a great thing for him because it works. For other people, not so much. It like fits into his personality. Like, great. He's so funny. I can't. He's so funny.
By the way, very cool tattoos. I'm just, what's your latest piece?
I was thinking last time I was here, I looked so different. It's like a different human. I mean, I know I was different, actually. Didn't just look different. I was different for sure. I saw that video. Yeah, I got a lot of tattoos. I started my left arm recently.
Yeah, I was watching a video that was taken like a week or two ago, and I thought the arm was blank, and now...
It was, yeah.
So you just started that?
Yeah, I got I like to do a lot at once, I love tattoos. They're so awesome. Do y'all have tattoos?
No.
I've been thinking about getting the state of New Jersey.
I'm like, you should...
Dude, I'm going to get the state of New Jersey as a pizza slice.
Dude, you have to... You're from New Jersey.
Yes.
Yes, that makes sense.
Imagine if I wasn't.
Yeah. I just want to get New Jersey on me. Either way, I feel I would have supported it because,
Thanks. Is it wild for you to look back and look at that first conversation of you in this studio and to see yourself?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's like you want to kind of on it a little bit naturally. You want to look back at your old stuff like, oh, boo. But if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all a part of the stages. I was thinking about it on my way over here. When I moved out to LA, there wasn't anything. The biggest store I had in my town in Chattanooga was a PacSun. So it's you can only go to PacSun so many times. And you can only apply there so many times before they tell you to stop applying. We're not going to hire you, which also happened. And so I came out here and I was just overtaken by it. I could do anything, I could wear anything I wanted. I could be anyone I wanted. And so finding that identity is a really cool process. It can be frustrating for a lot of people. It can be kind of traumatizing for some, but for me I just love it. I just live in it. Going through different stages, I guess, and seeing it as time evolves. And then finally I'm sitting here and it's I feel like I went in a circle, a little bit. I'm just kind of finding out who I am as a person. You know what I mean?
You've clearly discovered a few things. And do you feel obviously there's so many digital documentations or so many moments digitally documented, but also music tells that story to a certain degree, right?
100%. I've learned a couple things in the past year, all right? I talk too much, okay? And a lot of the times when I talk, I'm trying to say one thing, and people are hearing the exact, something completely different.
I have the same problem.
It was a real big thing during this COVID time. That was about growth, trying to better ourselves. I was like, damn, I really get myself in situations where I'm either I shouldn't have said that or I just I should have stopped that 10 minutes ago, So doing these podcasts are they're practices for me too, just working on my own, human. But yeah, I've seen a lot. I've grown up a lot through my music. When I first signed to Travis, I really was inspired by Juice WRLD, and I still am. But I just had come off of this epiphany that I got at the first concert I ever went to, which was the Juice WRLD concert. And I really wanted to. I had like a growing up. I had a lot of identity issues and like trying to be like masculine, because I was like really really tiny. And so it was just like, oh, now's my opportunity to kind of like prove myself as someone who's like, like hard or like tough or something like that. And so I was like, all right, I want to make like, I'm not a rapper. I can't rap. Like a year and a half later of like working on my voice, getting a vocal lesson, I could still tell you I can't even like, it's not good. Like I wish it was good. And before I didn't know that, right? So I went into Travis, and bless Travis's heart, he was like just signing with me. So he was trying to, like create a good relationship. So he kind of let me do what I wanted. And luckily he would always like play it out right to where we would release the songs that he with, you know what I mean? And like, I was like, yeah, look, that's what we need to do. And it was like helping my notoriety in music. But yeah, there was a lot of identity crisis right there. And this album just like brought it all together. I felt so comfortable because of it. I really found out like who I was because of this album. And we started last August. I'd say it's taken like a year almost.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal body of work.
It
Thank
really
you.
is.
I really appreciate that. I'm really excited about it. It's kind of hard. Like how, like you don't know what to say when you're in this position. Cause like, I know I've listened to the songs like thousands and thousands of times. All my friends have listened to all my music thousands and thousands of times to the point where we're like, oh, where we're tired of it, you know what I mean? Like we know it, we know it by heart. We could sing it in our heads, and like I do that because that's my way of making sure everything's like perfect. And so just the energy in the songs itself, aside from everything else, like everything else was kind of a surprise for people. But so many people in my life know about this music that has so many people listening to it. Has all that energy. I don't know what it's gonna do whenever it goes out into the world. It feels highly anticipated in a very like relational way with people.
How do you know when something's finished? Like, how does Travis know?
He doesn't tell me. I don't know. I don't know when things are finished. When he says they are, I trust him a lot in that front. It's just as much his project as it is mine. Like we really built this thing together, and that's how I wanted it. Like I really don't think I know everything, and I don't think that I have the best idea of what to put where. And so I really just trusted him, and but I didn't, let his ideas influence anything. I still did everything I wanted to do. And so it just really organically fell together. Like I can't even explain it. Me and my manager talk about it all the time, how many things just like fell into place. That's why it feels so exciting because it's like I really don't know. It feels like I wasn't even really making this thing. It feels like it's been planned. It's been destined to like fall out in this order. So July 2nd, I'm ready. I'm just like anticipating it. I feel like you can feel like I don't even know. Like I'm just so excited. You know what I mean?
Tell Me About Tomorrow is the name of the album.
Yes.
We're gonna really dive track by track, but I want to go back into the relationship with Travis. Like, how does the song begin? Do you go to him and vent feelings? Do you go to other writers and then it goes to him? What is the process like? And maybe there's not one way.
Yeah, I make music in a lot of different ways. Like I luckily have a studio in my backyard. It's like a little extra pool house thing, and I've made songs in there. I've hopped on songs in a bunch of different ways. But whenever, for some reason, all of these songs on the album, I'd say there's probably one song in the entire album that he brought to me and was like, yo, let's make this. Everything else was made from scratch. Like we had just studio time set, and I'd walk in, and Andrew Goldstein was a really big writer on this album. He was the only writer that we like brought in, so he's awesome.
So you really get to know him.
Yeah, 100%. This is a family. Like this is nothing but like no one. The only person I was in a studio with for this album, Little Aaron, but that was on the same song as my single with Kels. Yeah. MGK was the only person that ever came in the studio, like with me and Travis and Andrew during this whole album process. So nobody was in there except for us three, and so it was really just us creating this like baby and then it started to grow and develop, and then it started to get better and older and started to learn until like we really didn't even have to. He said it best. He was like, I don't want to have to use the songs that like we have, I want to be able to pick from like the best scenario. And so we just kept making good music, and they just fell into place, and we knew which ones we needed to take out.
Hey, beautiful human, it is a fact that a child's body temperature rises 3 to 5 times faster than that of an adult, and leaving a child in a hot vehicle can lead to their death very quickly. Sadly, in 2020, 24 children died to pediatric vehicular heat stroke, and many of those incidents occurred when a parent or a caregiver simply forgot that their child was in their car. So please, set a reminder on your cell phone to look in the back seat, leave something that you need in the back seat, or if your partner or a caregiver is dropping your kid off at school or daycare, call the daycare staff to check in. Call your partner or caregiver to make sure that they got there okay. And always, always, always check the car before you lock it. Please check your car before you lock it. Heat stroke deaths are preventable when adults take proper precaution. Be safe and always look for your baby before you lock. This ad was paid for by Nessa. What was the first song you made for the album, and what was the last?
First song I made for the album, like I said, I was having identity issues, I made a pop song called Marilyn Monroe. Like, no one will ever hear this. They never will. But I have it. And I was dead convinced I was going to put it on the album for like 4 months.
And what changes?
I had to be real with myself for a minute. Like I really wanted to transition from the social media. But the thing about social media is it's so enticing. Like you can literally do anything on social media. Like there's people, who I wouldn't necessarily think are like musicians or artists that are getting more streams than most artists ever will. You know what I mean? Just because of social media. So from that aspect, it's really enticing, and you don't kind of want to lose that. So you start to see what people like. You start to see what's blowing up, and there's a confidence, like a lack of confidence there. And it's like, oh, do I want to do this so I know more people will instantly with it, or am I building something that's going to be there for life? And so it's like I had to be real with myself. And Travis told me, like, even in like how I dressed and stuff, he was like, dude, you just look like an advanced, TikToker. Like you definitely leveled up, but you just still look like you're holding on to that stuff in the sense of like being flashy, like really trying to show where you're at. And I was like, dude, you're right. And so it was almost congruent, like in my life and the music just kind of fell into the same place of I started listening to different like rooted punk music, stuff that I found organically, not just like stuff everyone knows, like Taking Back Sunday. My favorite band now is The Descendants. Like, and that happened because I was on my way to the new music video and I was like wearing a Descendants shirt and I was like, might as well listen to him, like if I'm gonna be real about it. So I turned it on, and that was the first time since I went to a Juice WRLD concert that I had like this epiphany. I was like, dude, this music is insane. Like they really are just getting to the point of what they want to talk about. Like going back to being authentic, being really straight up with everyone. And so all of this kind of came together in these last 3 months of the album. And I was like, you're right. Like, let's do it. And so after we had the conversation that Marilyn Monroe was not the move, even the name sounds like, it's a great song though. Like I love all types of music.
For somebody else.
For somebody else. Like it's not my time right now. I tell everyone, I feel like I'm entering like my punk phase like right now. Like I'm 20. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's like I find this interesting. Like the safe bet for you in a sense was the pop TikTok formula, right?
Is that safe though?
I'd say it's safe for a hit, if you're chasing a hit. I don't know if it's safe for
creating a movement.
Yeah, creating a movement.
And creating lasting art, which is like, what is music if not the most timeless piece if you do it right?
Exactly. And I wanted to do that from the beginning. I wanted to do something that would, Comatose is like a very, very active rock song. But I did go away from that for a little bit because I started to get insecure, because like I didn't grow up listening to all that stuff. I wasn't rooted and I didn't have all this knowledge about different rock bands and punk bands, so there's like an insecurity there, like, oh, do I have what it takes, and then Travis comes in and he's like, bro, like that's like what punk is, like a stereotype, and really just be who you are, what you feel comfortable in.
Well, and getting to the root of who you are, because like even in your physical traits, like if you're being flashy and you're kind of focused on material stuff, like being the TikToker social influencer
Yeah.
thing. Like you're essentially covering up your true self, right?
Exactly, 100%. And it just came really natural to me over time. But I'm glad the way it happened because it was very organic. Like I didn't want to walk in and be like, what should I wear? What should I listen to? What should I, think? Like I didn't want that. I wanted to get there on my own. Like it's a learning process, and I've had so much fun with it. Like I've had more fun with music than I've ever had in my life. I've found out more about myself because of music.
That's it, right?
The more than any other time in my life. The one time in my life that I felt like 100% free was when I performed a month and a half ago in Vegas in front of like 500 to like 800 people. And I literally thought it was in front of a million. Like I didn't expect to feel that way. I felt incredibly high, like the craziest euphoria I've ever had. And I walked off and I was like, if that's what this is, then like I want to do this for the rest of my life. And I was joking with my manager yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna retire in 10 years. And I was like pulling her leg, but I really
No
like,
way.
yeah, I really
Wait till you
wanna-
tour, dude. Like it gets tiring, but also at the same time, like that high is you can't imagine it, right?
Yeah, you can. And I really like, after I said that and I was like around with her, I was like, I don't know if I could ever let go of it because it really was the only time I ever felt free, you know? Like I was like one with myself, which sounds a little like new agey, but it's true. Like I really felt one with myself. I was like, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
It's so funny. Exactly 24 hours ago, Nessa was on her couch and said the exact same thing.
Wait, really?
She shared the exact same story about you, coming off stage and being on this other level.
Nessa's precious. She's awesome. She's literally the best. Like, I think we teach each other a lot, you know. She's taught me so much already, and that's what being an artist is, you know. It's like learning from those around you that you respect and care about. Like, I feel like I'm learning stuff from Kels every second I'm around him, but every once in a while he like looks at me and in his eyes I feel like I'm teaching him something, you know. I don't know, or maybe he's just gazing like this dude is like copying me straight. I'm just kidding.
No, but you genuinely are the company you keep, you know?
Absolutely, 100%.
And if you're blessed enough to keep some pretty outstanding company around you,
Yeah, you better keep it, you know.
yeah.
Take care of it, type of thing.
But also like with a strong sense of self, like and the mixture of who you are around you, you really could achieve some really cool stuff.
I'm trying. I really think that I'm ready for this type of thing. You know, I don't think a lot of people are when they get themselves into situations, but I've been given plenty of time to prepare myself mentally, you know, which it doesn't always go as planned because, you know, everyone's like, you're like ready for like a year and then 5 minutes before you're like, oh. But
And that's okay though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like everyone has that, but I've been given every opportunity to get to this point, you know, and I trusted myself, and I trust myself with this music, you know, and I trust myself with the fans I have, which is like a weird thing I feel like people don't say, but I do because I know that I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do, and it's because I love music so much, and I want to be what Juice WRLD was for me, for millions of kids. Like, he made me realize, like, kind of who I am, you know, simply by being vulnerable and making lit-ass music. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Do you think you're viewed differently now that you have more of a musician title than a social media star? Because you were hated for a while. I don't know, maybe you still are.
Yeah.
But do you think people like you more now that you're a musician?
There will always be, you know, those people that are like, oh, Jaden. I feel like if you don't have that, you're not, something's going wrong somewhere. You know, if you don't have that, something's going wrong. People definitely see me differently, which is kind of weird to say because, you know, you want something like that for so long, and then it kind of anticlimatically shows up, you know, like, oh, now people are like, oh, that's Jaden. Like, I went to Venice for MGK's pop-up show that he did, and at the beginning, it was like we were late, so we almost didn't get in because
It was crazy.
It was crazy, and like he started, and we didn't have our names on the thing because Travis just told me to come. Like, he just like texted me, you know. So we almost didn't get in, and that was kind of like the part where it's like, oh, maybe I'm not. But then you go up, right? I get in, and everyone's like, oh, whatever. He pulls me up on stage, and I can see everyone in the crowd. I'm like, they know who I am. Like, I was expecting to walk up there and be like, I was gonna like sing and do whatever regardless for the 10 seconds that I had, but I expected everyone to be like, oh, whatever. But I could tell from their reaction they knew who I was, and that was bizarre. I was like, this is crazy.
What's bizarre about that? Is it the fact that they know you for being just genuinely yourself and
That they were excited, bro. Like, I mean, you already have, like, I feel like a taller, better, more handsome, older version that was already on stage.
yeah, but
you
there's
know?
a different story. You do acknowledge that, right? Like you
Yeah.
do walk like completely different paths. You live totally different lives, and you end up creating different music.
No, 100%. But that's why it was bizarre, because I've been in, like, my house for the past year, you know, fighting with my demons, you know, which is just social media. But, no, I'm just kidding. It's, a lot of stuff happens in a year. So, and I haven't seen anybody. Like I said, my first performance was in Vegas, but even that was different because it was like, it was obviously very planned out, and I knew for like a long time, and it was like a weed convention, which was really dope, but it was, you know, very organized. This was like an in the moment, like actual like rock and roll, you know,
Yeah,
that's what it is. And
dude, the police shut it down.
yeah, it was crazy. It was gnarly also because when I left, it was like this is like what's gonna happen after tour. It was like a small foreshadowing event. I walked down the stairs with my manager and one of my other managers, Justin, and we walk out the door and there's like 200 people and they just start going crazy with their like phones and stuff. And you see these videos online, right? And I had this with social media in certain places, right? Like social media is very powerful. Like I've had people come in crowd and like go crazy, right? But the energy with this was so much different. Like they genuinely like it wasn't just because they knew I had numbers or whatever. Like they were genuinely interested to see me and they were just like crowding. And like I was like, damn, this is different than what I'm used to, you know? And I love it. Like I was like, all right, I'm in, guys, fine. You know, like,
What does the title "Tell Me About Tomorrow" mean?
what do you think it means? Like, what do you hear when you
I mean,
hear it?
it means like let's talk about our future,
Yeah.
right?
It can mean anything it needs to mean for anyone, but for me personally, it's supposed to be a symbol of hope, you know? Like, I've dealt with a couple different scenarios where, you know, the picture is me as a baby, right, in
Yeah.
a bathtub with bubbles, and I'm, like, smiling. In that moment, like, I'm not conscious enough to worry about what I'm doing or, like, what's happening tomorrow. I don't even know what tomorrow is, you know? Like, but my mom's going to, like, tell me about it anyway, and that type of stuff breeds, like, comfort. You know, I built a relationship from it. Whenever we talk about Cooper, my roommate, who's sober now. He's been sober 8 months, but there was a time where he was struggling with really big drug addiction, you know, and I would tell him, like, dude, just, like, it's going to get better. Like, and in my head, I was thinking, like, I just got to, like, tell him about tomorrow, you know, get him to hold on to tomorrow. So many different reasons. One day we were just thinking of a name, and it really just came to me nonchalantly, and I was like, what about Tell Me About Tomorrow? And it just stuck. That was like one of the only things that stuck. That and the cover photo are the only things that stuck for like a year. Everything else changed, like all the music and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
At what phase did that song come?
I'd say they think it's probably one of the last ones. It was probably closer towards the ending of the album, which is funny. But it was like, I remember that day, it was a shift. I told them I wanted to go in and like make a song and about how I was feeling, and I was feeling really down. Because like I love Cooper. Like Cooper is like literally my brother, and that's whenever he was going through his drug addiction, a lot of people did not want him around and like didn't want he's the nicest kid ever. Like he's like so sweet, and especially at that time, and he didn't have anyone to lean on, you know, like he was really inside of this world that like of drugs and like opioids that they just like everything's numb, you know. And so I was with him during that whole time, and I just love this kid. And I felt like I had to write a song about it. And I didn't even know if I was going to put it on the album, you know. And I had done a song previous to this in Vegas when I first went out to work on my album in August of last year. And, like, we had an incident with him. And so it just felt appropriate to, like, write a song about it again with Travis. And so we did, and we made it. And after we made it, we were like,
Are you talking to him in the song? Because one of the lyrics, it's not your fault again this time.
Yeah. No, it's a conversation with him. Yeah, like my perspective. Like I start off like, I don't know if you can hear the words I'm saying right now, so I'll scream them louder. You know, like people fade in and out. Like this was real stuff. This was like real life. Like people don't necessarily know how difficult life can be when they're looking at it on a screen. You know.
Yeah.
It's very aware to them, like what's going on to them, you know, in real life. But when they look at things on a screen, there's always like a coat of like deception, no matter if it's like intense or not. And so I am talking to him because I know that if I set it up like this, it would be like everyone would put someone in that position, you know? Everyone would put someone in like Cooper's position. For their life, or they would put themselves in Cooper's position, you know?
How hard is that to share with him?
It's not hard at all. That's why I love
Really?
Cooper too. Yeah. It's not. He finally made the decision to do the work to like help himself, you know, because he was losing a lot, because that's what drugs do. And he did it, and he did all the steps. And as much as everyone tried to help him, it was really him, you know? He made the decisions, and like it's a miracle that he like, you know, he's 8 months sober now. And he likes talking about it because he doesn't want people to go down that path. You know, it is, like honorable, you know, like, for him to do that. Like I'm very proud of him, you know, and, he's going to be in my music video with MGK, which is going to be really sick. We're doing something really dope with him.
For Wannabe.
For Wannabe, yeah. Which is kind of cool because it's not going to, you know, it's not even in like his song. It's just kind of like, he's a part of the whole storyline, you know? It's dope.
What is Pills? Is that connected at all?
I wrote that the same place.
In Vegas?
In Vegas, yeah.
What's in Vegas?
My manager's house.
Got it.
Yeah. So I went and stayed there, and we had a great time, and then we had an awful time. It was like a back and forth. Like, you know, bad things happen all the time. And so, but out of that came Pills and the idea for Tell Me About Tomorrow. And so Pills was like technically the first song that I wrote, like next to Marilyn Monroe. I wrote Marilyn Monroe, then I wrote Pills, and then we nixed Marilyn Monroe.
But Pills comes out sounding sonically different than Marilyn Monroe, even now.
For sure, yeah. That's what I was planning to do. I was planning to do like far out stuff, like just having like a pop song and like a punk song on the same album.
Yeah, I heard you say you tried hip hop and then you scrapped that too.
Yeah. I tried a bunch of things, you know, and that's what you do. Like, I love music. I know what music I make is good and what's not, you know. I don't want to be ignorant to that, and so I made a bunch of different things, and I thought that was the path I wanted to go on, and I decided that it wasn't. Who knows in the future though? Like in 10 years, I might be busting out some R&B. You know what I'm saying? A little.
Whoa!
Little.
That lip bite was really something. Damn.
In Pills, you talk about lean and promethazine.
Yes, lean and promethazine.
Did I say that word wrong? Did I just butcher that word?
No, dude. I thought it was so funny because I didn't say promethazine, but yeah, lean.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't have the lyrics in front of me. I thought that came afterwards.
No, I said, which is the thing is I don't drink lean and I don't drink Hennessy. Like,
Oh, you said Hennessy.
I said Hennessy, yeah. I said I don't like sipping lean. Wait. Sipping lean, not for me. I prefer Hennessy. I don't like all the greed that come with the green. I don't know. I just thought they were just such drastic differences. I was like, I mean, I've had lean before, and like I've had Hennessy, but I don't drink either. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. It was just it was a play on words for that one. That was like, it's so funny too because you can almost see like the development in the songs, because I made all those songs like as time went on, you know, and I was getting better. You know, I was working on myself. So Pills, I would say, is like, it's just like an in-house, like in the room type of punk song, which Travis, I thought about taking it off for a minute, but Travis thought it was needed. You know, he was like, I think it's a great start. You know, it feels very like real, and like you just made it in like your room. You know what I mean?
And he's touched every song on the album.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. With his beautiful drummer hands.
It's so cool, dude.
It's so cool. I'm glad that you understand it, because it really is. A lot of people don't get it. Like, I don't even get to express it the way I want to. You know, I've like put on this I've been going to therapy quite a bit, and so I've been putting on this more like subdue, trying to really take everything in, slow down. But I'm so ecstatic. See that word again, ecstatic. I literally am. I hate that. I'm really excited. Like I really am. I could talk about it forever. So
You should be. By the way, therapy is incredibly healthy. Thanks for sharing it. Mental health is amazing.
It is. Go talk to somebody that wants to talk to you.
Read yourself with a stigma, man. Just treat it like you treat your physical health. But also, you should be excited about it because you couldn't even get a job at PacSun in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I know. Isn't that bizarre?
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It was. I did look a lot different, though. I understand.
And now this conversation is going to be on the radio in Chattanooga, Tennessee on WDOD.
In that PacSun?
Hits 96.
In that PacSun.
Probably. Yeah, they play your song in the PacSun.
Yeah, they do. And also, there's a hot topic right across from the PacSun, and my merch was put in there for a long time, so like my face was like plastered up against. That's pretty cool.
Wild.
So I think it's interesting that you said you didn't even want pills on there, but other than the intro, you guys just like started the album out with that. Is there a reason you're setting the tone with pills?
It's high energy,
Yeah.
The production is a little lower because we kind of wanted it that way. We wanted to allow the listener to feel a little gritty when they enter. Like, not everyone likes everything perfect, That's what I've learned. As much as people say they do, they don't. And we tried to make all of my songs kind of a little imperfect just because it makes it real, bringing out the highlights of my voice that are real, like and making the drums extremely in your face or like back off. We play with everything. So Pills just really felt like the right song for the beginning, since the beginning. And I think it's like I wanted to do a cool ass video because I black out on roller coasters. I wanted to do a video where I was like on a roller coaster and like blacking out.
Wait, you black out?
I do, yeah.
Did you find that out by chance one day? That's terrifying.
Yeah, by chance. When I woke up and I was like, oh, I just blacked out.
What was your first roller coaster that you blacked out on?
I don't remember. I just like the last time I remember riding on roller coasters was when I was like 15, 16, and I went to Dollywood with one of my homeboys, and I was blacking out excessively, but I kept riding the ride. It was great.
So you get to the end of the ride and you don't remember riding it?
Yeah, no, really don't. Sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of them. Sometimes I've been through like a couple roller coasters. I can like keep my I don't know. Maybe it's the G. I don't know what it is, but like my body just let's go. And I thought that would be really funny for a music video. I heard that Travis's son Landon also blacks out on roller coasters. That's what Trav told me. And so imagine me and Landon in the front of a roller coaster. Yeah, that'd be great.
Wait, I mean, this is okay. So I'm just surprised that you keep doing it after you realize it.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done it in a long time, but like I said, I really like. I had a tough childhood. I just wanted people to like me. Okay, so if it was like a slap in the face or blacking out on a roller coaster to get a laugh, it's worth it. It's worth it. It wasn't worth it, but in the moment you think it is. You know what I mean?
Now look at you.
It does take a toll on the body. For anybody that blacks out, it like hurts like afterwards. Like I don't know, it takes.
Yeah, because essentially, like you really do let go, so your body could be flinging around. You could be doing whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but great music video.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'd be down to watch that.
So are you gonna shoot that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's been in the plans. We don't know if we're gonna do because we're not doing a video for every song.
Yeah. And you have 18 songs.
Yeah, because Kells took that idea, and so I'm just kidding. That movie was awesome. Anybody that does it afterwards, though, like after this moment, is gonna be like, "Boo, you copied him." You know what I mean?
It's hard.
It is hard. But yeah, we're not gonna do a music video for every song. We just want to highlight a few, and then I want to see the response of the fans, and then make a music video to kind of what they want. I'm really excited to see the response. My age range and my demographic now is so different than ever before. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're a rock star.
You know what song stuck out to me? A Wasted Year. So good. Did you sample Feeling This and That?
Yes.
Okay, thought so.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I was just talking to Travis. It's my favorite song on the album. Besides Wannabe and Tell Me About Tomorrow, those two are really stick to me, like really deep down. One makes me cry and the other one just is such an honor because I'm with Kels. But A Wasted Year is my favorite song. Funny about that song, it was going to be an interpolation of a different song of theirs, and we did it, and it ended up not working out, so we put it on that one, and it was much better. So I love it. It's so funny. That's the one song, that's another song, though, that that's the one song I mentioned earlier that Travis and them came to me. I was like, yo, we should make this. I didn't write that chorus or anything.
So did you ask Travis why he wanted to sample his own song with you?
He just, when he explains things, I wish I could do it like him, but no one really can. He's just so charming and convincing about it. I didn't even know how he brought it to me. He was like, you want to do this? And I was like, yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like the craziest thing, and it was. He was right. That's why I always trust him. Like, he could say anything, I'd do it, pretty much.
Do you feel like it was a wasted year
I've had a wasted year, yeah.
in your life, or the last year was not?
In my life, not my last year. I
No.
think I learned more the last year of my life than ever before. So many lessons.
Well, the last time we talked to you, you were at home in a much different place. Was Think About Me written? When was that written compared to the last time we talked to you?
It was written before. I think, actually, how many months ago did we?
August, maybe?
Oh,
December?
December. It might have. Yeah, I had it last time we talked. I had Think About Me for a minute. We were really excited about that song. And then Last Time was also written around the same time as Think About Me. And No Vanity. Yeah, those were all written around the same time. Yeah, I've had a bunch of these songs for like a minute, but like still they're the newest ones because like we've waited so long, you know what I mean?
What about DTA?
I've had DTA for a long time.
Great song.
Thank you. Funny enough, like I had that song like a while back, and then Cooper leaked it online. And when I was like
What?
on the rooftop with Ian, and so I got a bunch. It was like whatever. Like people are gonna say whatever they want. Like it's like I like talking about like hating things like that because it is definitely interesting. But the people that get invested into it, I'm like, okay, we gotta like take a step back.
Was there hate on that because you mentioned? I guess it's a song about an ex, right? Like
Yeah,
you
it's
fought
just-
over a dog.
Yeah, that they hated on it because I wrote a song about an ex. Not like anyone else in the world has ever written a song about their
No,
ex.
nobody's ever done that.
Yeah, no one's ever done it. So like,
How dare you?
I know I walked into it. You know.
Charting new territory.
Yeah,
You do say love is dead and I don't trust anyone. Is that
that's hard, isn't it?
you still feel that way today?
I don't trust anyone in the sense of it's really hard. It's hard to explain. I feel like it's more like, it's not a negative outlook on life because that's kind of what it sounds like. You know, it's more so just knowing that really at the end, like when I was in jail in the cell, like or Travis when he was like left alone, you know, the plane crash. Like in the end, you only have yourself. You know, and in a certain sense, you can't really trust anybody to a certain extent. I have trust for people, tons of people, everyone in this room, you know, I have trust for. Do I love people? Absolutely. I love everybody. I give love to the people around me. And it's just the idea of like, love seems to be dead in 2021. You know what I mean? It just seems like,
Why? Where'd it go?
because I don't know if it's love, it's like, I don't know if it's love, a lot of things these past year I felt very fabricated and like manufactured. And so we just thought like love is dead and I don't trust anyone because I have like that tatted and it's obviously the label that I'm signed to. So it just felt right. It was a dope little song that we got to make. And then but it's still a great song. I love it.
It's interesting. I do feel like love was fabricated over the last year.
It's because people got their perspective changed, you know?
Yeah, and you were stuck with certain people. You had what you had. You
Yeah,
had to
you
make
just wanted
do.
something, not necessarily like that something is what you wanted,
Yeah.
you know?
Damn.
Yeah. Everyone was stuck inside forcing things that probably shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Is that a song about you or
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, for sure. I've been called like that's a conversation I feel like a lot of people have with themselves, like, am I f***ed up like for doing that? Whatever it may be. I like to write my music for the listener, like I think that I am super vulnerable so people can also be, you know. There's so many times in my life where I'm like, dude, I'm f***ed up, or maybe I am. I wrote this song like right after, I think it was right after the arrest. Like I started, I had this song for a minute, and I was like, I just felt really, really jaded. I felt like that arrest f***ed me up. Like it really did. Like I haven't really talked about it much, but it took a lot out of me, and it like scared me for like a long time.
Why? Well, I mean, obviously you're in jail, so it's traumatizing.
Yeah, it's
like, no big deal, but it is the biggest deal.
it's just because, you know, being inside of like, it also might have been timing too, because I was going through a lot of mental stuff, and like the last place I expected myself to be was inside of like a cell. And I realized in that moment that I only had myself, you know, and what I was left with, like my values and things like that. And I hated it. So it just started this like cycle of me feeling like I'm trapped, and like, because obviously you're trapped in like side. So it just did a lot of things to my mental, you know. It was really super traumatizing, and I worked through it. But even to this day, sometimes it's like, damn, like, you never know what's gonna happen, because like the trials are still like pending and stuff. So it just gets scary, you know. But that's why I'm trying to really just like love my music and love what I do, because like you never know when things are gonna change.
How do you change as a person after that happens?
So many things change, you know, like so many little things change. For me personally, driving for me changed a lot. Like, that sounds ridiculous, but like my driving literally changed. Like I still drive fast and stuff, but because I like driving fast, but I'm super cautious, and like I'm always looking in the mirrors and like rear views, checking to see if there's cops and stuff, because it just scared me, you know. I'm not doing anything wrong, but it like just makes you feel like you are, you know. I was super paranoid. Like when it would get dark, things would change, and so like I went through like I don't want to get too into it, because like, you know, I have a bunch of cool things coming up. Like I get to talk about it, but yeah, I got really intense for a while, and it really, really messed me up. And you know, it messes up relationships in your life and different things like that. So, but overall, I don't regret it. It like taught me everything I needed to know, and I think it put me in this position because I needed that. I needed that little like humbling and like setback to really focus on what I needed to focus on.
Do you eliminate people in your life after that?
Eliminates? No, I didn't eliminate anybody. Which, you know, I would suggest if you're doing that, you should. Like if you're getting yourself arrested, you know, you should check to see who in your life, like what's going on. But it really wasn't that. Like there was a meeting where we had to leave Sway and stuff, you know. But no, I wasn't trying to nix anybody. I was just really trying to like make sure that I was like, I don't know, it was weird. I was trying to make sure I was alive. For the longest time, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I went sober for like 2 months, like completely nothing, and I was just come off of like, that's when I was doing like a lot of like heavy drugs, you know. So I cold turkey cut everything, and for like 2 months, and it was awful. Like, but I did it because I was extremely scared, you know. And so, but it taught me, like, I still don't do hard drugs. I don't want to. I think like I learned a lot of lessons throughout this past year and a half, and all of that I try to relay into my music, you know. And I feel like you can feel it more even than you can just really hear it, you know. I really try to relay like the emotion I had.
Are you nervous about returning to Texas on tour? Because I know you guys are stopping there.
No, I'm not. Okay, anxious, yes, because now every time I go to Texas, I have anxiety like crazy. Nervous, no, because I know I'm not breaking the law.
Yeah.
You know, I know I learned like my lesson. But it does bring a lot of anxiety, even for traveling in general now. Like, not just Texas. Like, it would going on a plane, going anywhere, like driving anywhere. It's pretty scary.
You've really, since the last time you sat on our couch, gone from an influencer to a f***ing rock star.
I love to hear you say that. I'll take it. Like,
I mean, it's true. You were in prison. Not prison, jail.
that's
That's pretty rock star, dude.
That's pretty.
You got a mugshot.
Yeah, I hated it. It was like at an angle. Like I thought mugshots were like straight up. You know what I'm saying?
What, is that your best angle, straight up?
I guess. I don't know. I just wanted it to be what it was, but it was over there, and I was like looking at it like, what? And my shirt was on backwards because they make you get naked, right? You know. And so my shirt was on backwards, and I just looked like I was like
Yeah, violated because you kind of
Yeah.
were.
No, I was like scared. I mean, like at the end of the day, a crime was committed, you know, and I think the lessons were learned, and so that's why I'm not tripping about it as much anymore. But at the beginning, it fucked me up, and so that influenced a lot of my music. That's why a lot of my music's like sad if you listen to it. But I try to make my songs like vulnerable but lit at the same time, like I said about Juice, you know.
How painful are these tattoos that you get on your neck?
I
I mean, come on, that's
the
like on
left-
your Adam's apple, dude.
This one didn't hurt at all. These two hurt because this is like
Tender.
yeah, like the way your throat works is your muscles like overlap each other. Right here is like your throat, so it's only like it's mainly cartilage, you know. This hurts like on the sides, but no, my most painful was my chest. I can't because I'm like mad skinny right here.
Yeah, that crown's new, isn't it?
Yeah, it's new. Oh my gosh, dude, that one hurt so bad. I was literally dying. I was like, because I don't even know how to explain it. Arms don't, like, all tattoos hurt. That's what I tell everybody. When they ask, they're like, which one hurts the most? I'm like, they all hurt, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like coffee. You learn to like the taste over time, you know, like black coffee. Some people like it off rip. Like, I love tattoos from the beginning. When I got one, I was like, oh, I had to go back and get another one the next day. And then I just like, when I found out I could get an artist to come to my house, I was like, oh my God, dude, you kidding me? I was like, bet. So I just went crazy and I started getting a bunch.
Yeah, Nessa was just telling us that you guys had, or Matt, I don't know if you were part of it, but a 10 a.m. tattoo session.
Yeah, absolutely. She's been getting at it, and she looks great, in my opinion. I love that. So, yeah, I want to be covered like Travis. You know, my mom hates it, and she's so sad. But, but
So what's the plan for the left arm?
see, I was planning to do a bunch of like dark shading. You know, this is like, you know who Banksy is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of Banksy like figures planned out. After I did these two though, like that really dark shading, my skin just doesn't take like well to like extremely solid black. It's weird. Like I do a lot of faint
I love
tattoos, you
those.
know.
I like them, yeah.
And I decided to go solid, and like they just don't really like they're dope. But my skin doesn't do as best with them, so I decided I'm just gonna do a bunch of small ones, and I'll probably do some. I was gonna get a spider web up my arm like yesterday, but she didn't have time. I had to go to therapy. Like you said, therapy's important. So
Therapy in between your tattoo session.
yeah,
Yeah.
Now, what made you think it was a good idea to tattoo a sperm on your leg?
because
Wait, what?
because
Let me see.
listen. The same reason I got a tattoo on my face. All right. People can say whatever they want. I am really grateful that people would tell me that I'm pretty, right? Like, or like that I'm good looking, you know.
You're a
but
very
whenever-
handsome man.
Thank you. And whenever they're like, no, don't do that, you're too pretty. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get a face tat. They're like, no, don't do that, you're too pretty. I'm like, okay, so I got one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't think, for me, that doesn't make me feel good. You know, like, I know it would for most people, oh, you're too, but in the same sense, it's like, you're saying I wouldn't be pretty with one. And that like made me want to get one. So I was like,
To test.
yeah, and so I got a really tiny one, which is kind of a move, but you know, I did it for my mom because I know she would have flipped. So I'm not getting any more though. I thought about it. I was gonna get a lot more, and I haven't even told my manager, but I kind of decided I'm not gonna get any more on my face just because you know, I'll do the rest of my body, and once that's done, then I'll be like, all right, you know.
No, I think that's a good place to stop.
yeah.
You know.
But the rest, yeah, I'll be completely yadded. I put a sperm on my leg because I got a tattoo gun. All right. Okay, do y'all want to know the real truth?
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you guys the real truth. All right. So I only don't say this because I love art, right? And I draw and I do a lot. I saw these things on Pinterest, right? And I thought they were ghosts, okay? And because I was like, and I was like pretty high. I was like about to go to bed. And we had a tattoo gun, and I was like tattooing. The rest of it looks pretty good. And I saw it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna put these on my leg. They're ghosts, and they weren't ghosts. So they were sperm, and I put them on my leg. And I looked at it after, and I was like, this is gonna be a little weird. So I put 28, which is like a clothing brand I'm starting, like this whole brand I'm starting. in like the head of it, so it kind of looked like I was doing like a funny 28 thing, you know. But yeah, no, I just got tricked. I completely. I thought it was a ghost. I thought they were ghosts. I thought they were ghosts, but they were sperm. Yeah. Like the tails just were too long, you know. Like it's not.
Okay.
So it's whatever.
Well, did you miss health class?
No. But I did miss the part where they were sperm. So. But that's funny as and I put the Chinese letter or word for like right here on my leg.
Okay.
And I up a little bit though, so it kind of goes with the whole theme. I want like ignorant tats on my leg,
Understood.
like a bunch of flash art type. So, I wasn't too worried about it, just because I don't know. I've
Whatever.
some of these answers I don't even know. Like I'm like you're making me think, why did I do this? But that's the price you pay when you make punk rock music.
Yeah, but it's awesome, and I feel like it is your genuine self, right?
It really is. Like I could care less, and also they're all facing me, so people can't even fucking look at them. Like
Don't look over your shoulder.
Yeah, they're all facing me, so it's like whatever. I just try to I really don't care. People take tattoos so seriously. One, they don't understand just don't get solid black and then you can cover it up, Two, what happens when you get old? And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna know now and when I'm old that they're gonna be permanent. You know what I mean? So it's I'm not worried about that. Also, if I saw an old person covered from head to toe in tattoos, I'd be like, that's so cool. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be like, ew. No one does that to if they're elderly, you wouldn't do that anyway.
Why would you abuse an elderly like that?
Oh, ew. He looks so tatted. I bet he regrets that. What? I don't know. I think it's to each their own, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Just do it.
Brain Dead. Great record.
Thank you. It's my manager's favorite.
It's really good.
She loves it. I love that song. I think the chorus definitely carries it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very memorable, I love it.
How does that come to be? Are you writing that from scratch? Is somebody coming in with an idea?
We wrote that from scratch. I'm telling you, almost all of these songs, the only one that I think I had an idea for was Tell Me About Tomorrow. And then the only song that we had a writer on besides Andrew was Wannabe with Lil Aaron.
Got it.
Because I wrote that song originally just for me. And then Kels heard it in the studio when Trav was working on it. And he was like, yo, what is that? He was like, I got to hop on it. So they surprised me, and Kels hopped on it. It was really awesome.
Wow. You didn't know?
I didn't know. There's a video of it somewhere. I don't know. My engineer, Thrasher, was videoing, I didn't even know he was videoing it. He was doing this. And I thought I saw him, but I was like, he's just being weird. But then they surprised me, and I was ecstatic.
Did they tell you yo, we just gotta show you this final version?
Yeah, Travis loves surprises. If y'all don't know, he loves them, loves them. He thinks they're so cool. And he was like,
that's a pretty dad thing. It's awesome.
It is. He's really stepped in as a dad role in my life, for real, more than people know. And so, yeah, he was like, yo, you got to cut this second half. Again, just listen to it. I was like, all right, bet. And then I heard Cal's voice, and I was like every other in the world. So I was excited.
Brain Dead, phenomenal record.
I like the little touch of that heart monitor kind of.
Yeah, that's actually a guitar.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's Andrew did this little thing on the guitar, and it sounded like it, bro. He was like, let's do it with the guitar. I was like, yeah, let's run it. There's so many cool things about this album, how it came about. Brain Dead was really just everyone feels brain dead. I remember that was one of the last songs I made. And I love the second half of the chorus where it's kill me with your body, can't think 'cause you still want me. Because it switches up, And that all has to fall on to Travis, you know what I'm saying? I'm really good at creating melodies and writing lyrics. I think those are my strong points. He's just such a good producer. People don't give him enough credit. Obviously he wins awards and stuff like that, but even that's not enough. Damn. I did nothing. He really creates things, and makes them original, which is a really hard thing to do. And he has this like Rolodex of songs in his mind that if he hears something that's like similar or like whatever, he's like, no, can't do that. Sorry.
He
Like,
knows.
He really does. Like the amount of music he has it stored in his brain is crazy.
I know it's kind of hard to think about, like, but imagine if you would have signed with one of the other labels instead of DTA.
Oh, we think about it all the time.
Okay, what?
Doo-doo. Sorry. No offense to anybody that's signed with a label. It's like equally as cool, and it's equally as like respectable. But just for me, hell no, I couldn't do it. Like I was really excited and really interested. I thought I wanted to go with a label like off rip, because Travis hit my team. I'm in Orlando at Playlist because I'm still a little TikToker, I'm running my little game. I'm like, yeah. So, you feel me?
Hitting the low.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I don't even know what that was.
Dude, what?
I couldn't even, if you put a camera in front of me right now, I would literally be like,
No dice.
I don't know what to do. I know, what? Dice?
You know that move?
Oh, the dice roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? I don't even know. Like, I really stepped back from that stuff. And I wish I wouldn't have as much because now I feel like kind of out of touch. I feel like, I don't even know what's going on.
But you're in Playlist Live.
Yeah, thank you for getting me on track. I do that so much. I'm in Playlist, and then they call me out, and they're like, yo, Travis just hit us up. He wants to work with you. And as soon as that happened, every record label in America was like, yo, we want to meet this kid. So then I got flown out to New York, and I was literally the last person to meet with like every record label before COVID hit. Like literally, like they all talked to me about it. And I met with all of them, sat down, did the whole thing, was in New York for like 2 days, 3 days, came to LA, met with everyone, met with John Janik, like Interscope, like we were meeting with everybody. And then I met with Travis last. Save the best for last, baby. And like we went to Crossroads, and
He's an incredible restaurant that I go to on a maybe sometimes twice a week.
his incredible restaurant, exactly. And that is a big key that we should hold on to, because I was sitting there and he was like, you like vegan food? I was like, nah. And he was like, no, you'll love this stuff. Just keep eating it. So he brought it out, and I could not get enough. And I wasn't even high or anything. I was like, it was so good. And I was like, this guy can make vegan food taste scrumptious, better than normal food. I'm like, in my mind, that was like, I'm a little odd. I'll be straight up. We all know it. It's like, whatever. In my mind, that was like, that's a man that can make me into something that I didn't know I could be, I'm
gonna cry. That's so beautiful.
It's true. Like this guy can make vegan food good, and he was just so, he was just so real with me, like, he was so authentic. He wasn't trying to like persuade me, like he really just saw me as an artist. And I had only one song out for like a week, 2 weeks. And so
That's insane.
yeah.
So you ate Travis's vegan food and you thought, this is the man that's going to help me become a rock star.
I did. And I sat in his Rolls truck, and we listened to Actin' Like That, literally. That just came out recently with Kels and
That's
Dom.
a great song, too.
Great song. He showed me that song that long ago, and I was like, he was just real. He was like, yeah, bro, we'll make great hits. And I was like, let's do it. And so we did. And then we released Angels and Demons, and it's over 100 million streams on Spotify.
Why did that song need a part 2?
Because, bro, I got arrested. That's why. No, because to me it was like I got arrested. Like I feel like I need like a response. I've never gotten to really talk about it, And in the song, it's like, people really just want to hang you on a wall, like look at you, and then when they're done with you, they'll take you down. And that's kind of like, it felt like the life I was living with social media and everything. And so I just wanted to let people know that I'm still a f***ing rock star, and like I'm gonna dance if I want to. That's like one of the lines, like, and if I want to, and I wanted to remind people that, like, I've learned the lesson, which is I know what people want from me. I've learned whatever, but I'm still a rock star. And I feel like it's just cool to have your own part 2 to a song. It felt like Uzi, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like somebody that was making a difference And like the fact that I can do a part 2 to a song and Travis is like, yo, that's a good idea, in my head means like it's a good idea. You know what I mean? Because that song is actually huge. Like, so many people know that song. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't really realize until after it hit 100 million. Like, in my head, I was like, oh,
People know, dude.
like, they know that song. And so I was like, I'm just going to make it a part 2. And it's not like, I wouldn't say it's a part 2 in the sense of like, oh, this is completing the story. It's just like another added gift to people for like the first one so much.
Tell Me About Tomorrow is the name of the album. There's a link in the description below. You should listen to it. It deserves your ear. Do it, do it, do it. I promise you, it is well worth it. What are you thinking?
One basic question, and I feel like we have to ask every time: is this sway thing still a thing, or have you completely checked out of that?
Yeah, no, I don't think sway's a thing anymore, man. I think they're still doing it, but I think they're like, I'm nixed out of that whole thing. No one really let me know or anything.
It's okay.
But
you're better because of it. We keep moving forward.
I hope they're all, I mean, I still talk to them quite a bit, and, you know, I love all those guys, no matter what happens, and I'm just, like, doing my own thing, you know what I mean? I think all of them are really doing their own thing.
I think it's cool how it's launched all these different careers for everyone.
Exactly. You got people with, like, a production company, you know, you got people that just boxed, you got people that are, like, working in investments and stuff, and then you got people that are, like, running the social media stuff. So it's cool, man. I'm just proud of everybody.
I did take a screenshot of, you posted this the other day. You said, bro, so many people want to fight me. Someone commented, Jaden versus everyone, I feel like an enemy. And then the next one was, get my album to #1 and maybe it'll happen.
Bro, if they got my album to #1, I'd do it. The thing is I'd box somebody, but like, they were like saying, everyone that comments, I'd drop him. Like, I saw this one dude, he was like, I'd drop him. I'd be like, okay, like a lot of people could probably like drop, like, I don't know, do you feel better? Like, I'm not out here like with the sign that says I can beat your ass on it. You know what I mean? I'm literally just living. Like, I'm just doing my own thing. If you're, I could drop you. But
That's what you want, though.
yeah, it is what you want. It's fun. Like, I mean, I've had my ass beat before. You know what I mean? It's like, whatever it happens, if you feel good about that, then that's where your life is. You know, I feel good about other things. So it's like, but if they brought, bro, if I was presented with an opportunity that I wanted to do, you know, of course I would do it after my album went #1. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, like, I think it's cool that people get to do these things, though. I had a lot of fun watching Bryce's. But yeah, it was funny. I mean, if my album goes #1, I'd do anything. I'm sure I'd, like, I don't know, I'd cut off my left hand. I don't know.
Don't say that.
I don't know what you do when your album goes #1. What do you do?
Don't lose a limb.
That's true. That's okay. Fine.
You tore it, and then you start album #2.
Yeah.
That's facts. So yeah, I think that's fun. I think the boxing thing's fun.
They're
think
all
it's cool.
thriving, each and every one of those members. They're all incredible people, but you're also a rock star, dude. And I've been saying it since a long time.
You have been saying it, Zach.
Yo,
I'm not gonna lie.
I've told you that I'm dead set
Zach
on.
and Dan.
You're gonna sell out arenas, yo. I've said that many times on record.
You have said it, and I'm telling you that that's the energy that I hold on to. You know, like, seriously, dude. Like,
Hell yeah.
I 100% hold on to that ever since we came here the first time, you know. I felt like I've been given, you know, people are given. So many people come and sit here, you know. It's about the people that are going to really appreciate it for what it is. In this scenario with, like, you and this show, and then in so many other opportunities. And that's what I'm trying to do. So the same thing for this show is what I want to do for a tour. You know, I want to show up and be the best that I can, because it's an opportunity. You know, people take things way too greedily, you know. I just hate that, because, like, it makes me it takes the fun out of everything, you know, when you're just so worried about what it is and why it is what it is, you know. I have a private show coming up with like 200 people in the rock scene. I promise you that show is probably going to be more memorable than a lot of other ones that have thousands and thousands of people, you know, that get flooded into the process of just like touring. So I really just want to be like a symbol for people to kind of I just want to bring back what's real, you know. And I don't necessarily know everything that's real, but I know what's real to me. So I think if we all work together, we could all figure it out, you know.
Do you think the love for music is why you and Nessa click so well?
Absolutely, 100%. She's incredibly talented, dude. She gets me excited about my own music. I'm really excited about her music, and it's been funny because like we've had to like, you know, like really kind of watch what we say on everything. But we're at a point now where it's like we're really just happy you know. Bad things happen to everybody. It happens to everyone. As long as you're learning a lesson and moving on from it, then that's all you can do. You know what I mean? Keep moving forward. And as long as you're happy, keep doing what you're doing. And I'm really happy, man. And she makes me want to be a better person. So, like, I don't think that you could ask for anything else.
That is literally the best thing in a relationship.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She really does, you know, and you hope the best for everybody, but when you have something good and you fought for it, you know, you're not gonna like let it go. So it's been awesome. Yeah.
You both exude present, positive energy, and very grounded. And I appreciate you very much for
Thank you,
being
man.
here always and sharing this art. I mean, you're bringing back pop punk rock, baby.
Do you think there's room for more? Because I feel like you guys kind of got your staples like Youngblood, you, MGK, and there's a couple others. Do you think there's room for more? Or is it kind of
We got Willow Smith in there.
Willow's coming?
Hard.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be the people you're not really expecting it to be, you know.
Okay.
I don't know, man. The fact that I weaseled my way in there is like one thing, you know, but I don't know how many people can do that, you know. It's like I think that anybody can be a punk star, you know, just because that's really what punk is about, is anybody can, but not just anybody can do anything, you know, and that's what people need to understand. I hope the best for everybody. I love seeing so many people being like, oh, I love punk music now, you know, because that's all it is a bunch of people that, as long as you love the music, that's all I care about. I want people, when I go to my concerts and stuff, I'm going to be dead ass. I'm going to be like, if you're not here to contribute, you know, and enjoy where we're at, then like you really don't have to be here, you know?
Yeah.
Like get in the nicest way possible, because I know what I was giving everything I had at that Juice WRLD concert. Like I was going stupid, you know? And I know that's why I was able to have the moment I had, because I was laying it out there. And that's what millions of kids do, you know? And you don't want to take that away from anybody. So I really just care about the music. And as long as the music is doing what it's supposed to do, then I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
And you do the same on stage. You lay it all out there.
Absolutely. I do think it is really cool though. Like most people would be like, oh, it's so annoying. Like, oh, whatever. I think it's annoying when when people can put themselves in a position that they're not in, you know? Like the only thing I ever said was I was a rock star, you know? And that's because I felt like a rock star regardless of like the result. I don't necessarily f with people saying like how big of a star they are. You know what I'm saying? Like just let the music speak for itself. Don't worry about like putting on a show that you're living in this like perfect life. You know what I mean? That's one thing that Travis taught me, and he said to embrace like your flaws, you know? And that's what I want to encourage like artists coming up now, is embrace your flaws. Like I was not doing that, you know? Like I was trying to look like pretty perfect, like some Motley Crue, like Leopard dude. I don't know. And it just wasn't right, you know? Just like, don't be afraid to be a part of the you know? It's like, that's what punk is for me and a lot of other people. But yeah, don't ever stop either, just because like people don't like it. Like people, there's going to be people everywhere that don't like it. There's going to be people, like, I could go on my phone for 5 minutes randomly and it'd be like, oh my God, like, I would die for him, like, and then like 2 minutes later I look on, they're like, he's actually the worst person I've ever met in my life. And it's like, you're going to see anything you want, you know what I mean? So really just be true to yourself.
Tell me about tomorrow. Listen to the album. The link is in the description.
Tell me about tomorrow, July 2nd. I don't even know what to do.
Debut album.
I'm going to literally freak out. If it gets anywhere near close to number one, I'm going to freak out.
What'd
I'm
you
going to
learn
give money
from it?
away or something. I don't know. I'm going to do something. I have to do something huge. Like, that's crazy. What did I learn from it?
Yeah, for making it. And about yourself.
Patience. I had a whole nother epiphany about patience. Like, it's a really important thing. Patience is a safety net, you know? Like, people don't understand. They think it's a stressful thing. Having patience is like, gives you a safety net to fall back into, you know? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Oh, I'm just being patient, you know? Like, I'm just waiting. It makes you feel comfortable about things. I was really frustrated because I wanted the album to come out so many times that I forgot to care about the music. You know? Like, you just want things to happen so much you forget to care about the little things. So it got to the point where I knew the music's been done for 3 months. Like, the mastering hasn't really been done, but the songs themselves have been done for 3 months. And that gave us time to literally look at everything and make it exactly what we wanted to. And then that's when the album's ready, you know, not vice versa. So I had to learn that. I also learned that let moments be moments. That's like the biggest lesson I've learned in like the past year.
That's being grounded.
Let moments be moments. If you're mad, you know, you can't change that right now, but you can change it later, you know. So like let a moment be your moment. Like if you're celebrating, celebrate. If you're mourning, like mourn, and then keep moving forward. You know, don't bring that stuff with you, no matter what it is. And that's how you create the best memories too, is if you let moments be moments. So I think it can do a lot for people, just taking the control out of their hands and kind of just like, you know, whatever happens, happens. Do what you know you need to do, and then whatever else isn't in your hands.
Tell Me About Tomorrow. That is the album. Listen
Tell Me About
to
Tomorrow.
It. You're amazing, Jaden.
Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Seriously. I love being here. The Zach Sang Show forever, dude.
Yeah, dude. Door is always open.
Whatever you do to like represent forever. Whatever that is.
Whatever, it's done.
That's what you do. Shout out
Jaden,
Cooper.
everybody.
Thank you guys, seriously.
Hey, beautiful human, thanks for watching our full interview, but I get it. Like, a full interview is a lot. So we got a clips channel. We don't expect you to watch the full thing anymore, so we just gave you the highlights. Please subscribe and notifications and all that stuff. Okay, cool. I love you.